Jerry Jones. He is the owner of the Cowboys, all right? And he was actually drunk at some sort of bar the other day, and someone took video of him as he was talking crap about the coach of the Cowboys and of Tim Tebow.
Uh-oh. This ought to be interesting.
Drama. It's a grainy video, but you can hear very clearly what he has to say about Parcells and Tebow.
Right, former coach of the Cowboys, of
Right.
course. Let's watch.
Romo was a miracle.
It was a miracle, wasn't it?
He almost never got in, and he almost got. Tebow was never hit the field.
What if you were the Jaguars owner? Would you just draft him to sell fucking jerseys?
That's the only reason I brought in Bill Parcells. Sell damn it fucking race. Bill's not right for shit. I love him.
Yeah, I know you.
He's not worth shit, but I wanted but they were on my ass so bad about it. Jerry's got to have a yes man. So to get this fucking statement, he could bring his ass.
But you wouldn't take Tebow in the third round.
Why? You never get on the field. I can't get him out there. I can't get him out there.
All right. Oh, that's some tough words from Jerry Jones. I don't know. Was that big a deal?
Well, he says, I don't know if you heard, he said that Bill Parcells ain't worth shit.
No, yeah, that was tough. The stuff on Tim Tebow, yeah, he might not get on the field. Or he might. I don't find it that controversial. I love that people are like, he might have been drunk. What's the point in might have been? Okay, I mean, what, you didn't do a DUI test on him, field sobriety test on him, so can't report it positively? Yeah, he would have drunk. On Bill Parcells, look, Jerry Jones is an ass. He thinks he's the reason that the Cowboys have won any games at all, and that everybody else associated with the Cowboys is the reason why they've lost all the games, right? And he's the idiot that broke up the band. I mean, they had Jimmy Johnson, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. They won 3 Super Bowls. Well, they wound up winning 2 Super Bowls, one without Jimmy Johnson. But if they kept Jimmy Johnson, who knows? They might have won 4, 5, 6. God knows how many they might have won. See, because he's got this giant ego where he thinks, I have to prove that it was me. When in fact, football is such a giant sport. The teams are so big, the organizations are so big, that you have to have all the parts. You have to have most of these parts together. Coach, players, owner, managers, et cetera, et cetera. And you can't do it all on your own. And, and he put together a good team. You got to give him credit for that. I mean, he hired Jimmy Johnson in the first place, and, they wound up with that great team back in the 1990s. And then he screwed it all up. So is it surprising that he's going to blame Bill Parcells and say he's crap? That's the least surprising thing I've ever heard in my life. Are you with me, J.R. Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, there's all the outcry over it. Oh, my God, he used the F word. Oh, man, he used the A word and the S word, too, and the whole thing. Yeah, but the question turned out to be, I mean, they said, is the commissioner going to come down on him for this? Well, why? What for? Because someone putting a cell phone camera on him and him saying some cuss words and having his opinion? I don't understand how this is a deal. If he's at a press conference and he's going off, okay, I understand because he's putting this out there. But when they say, oh, is Commissioner Goodell going to come down on him? What for?
Yeah, I mean, if he does, then he has to come down on all the owners who've ever cursed. Good luck. All the owners who've ever thought that they had shitty managers. Good luck. All the owners who think that Tim Tebow shouldn't be drafted in the first 3 rounds. What? Okay, can't be a relevant part of the discussion, obviously. And all the owners who ever got drunk. Wouldn't that? I mean, no, it's crazy. Jerry's 100% right. It's not his fault that there was some guy taping this, and he didn't say anything crazy. He said some things that anybody at a bar would say. He just happens to be the owner of the Cowboys.
Now, if you're Bill Parcells, do you just kind of chill, or do you say, hey, I'm not worth shit? I mean, he's really the only one who, if I can see a position being, damn, yeah. They just threw, not that he was trying to, but here's his opinion. Maybe Jerry Jones said that to his face before. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Parcells is plenty motivated. That dude's going to give himself a heart attack. It doesn't really matter what Jerry Jones says or not. And you know what? Look, Parcells is a really controversial guy because people say that he builds teams to the point where they're going to collapse after he leaves. And that's an interesting and fair point. But he does build up teams. And he built up all the teams that he's been with. Giants, Cowboys, Jets, Dolphins. And so there's some chance that Jerry Jones, well, there's not much chance that Jerry Jones will see him in the playoffs. because they'd have to go to the Super Bowl, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Uh-oh. Is the commissioner going to penalize me? I use curse words here, and I talk smack about a team. All right, we'll have to see.